Welcome back to Beyond the Labels, a space where we tell the truth about healing without performing for approval. I'm Ann Alexis, and I guide high achievers, especially those who've had to be the strong ones, back into emotional safety, self-trust, and real alignment. And today we're talking about somatic healing, what it actually means, why it matters, and how to start listening to your body in a way that feels safe and not overwhelming. So, let's dive in. A lot of people are living from the neck up. Brilliant minds, busy minds, overthinking minds. But the body is still keeping score. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So you can understand your patterns. You can read the books. You can say the affirmations, and you can still feel stuck. Now, what's that about? Because I know that hits. I know that millions and millions of you are out there thinking, I'm doing all the things, and I still feel like trash. And that's because your body isn't waiting for more information. Your body is still waiting for safety. Somatic healing is the process of listening. So your body doesn't have to keep screaming to be heard. It's a specific process or practice that actually means of the body, right? That's what somatic means. It just means of the body. Somatic healing is not forcing yourself to feel everything at once. It's not about reliving trauma in any way. It's not performing emotions so you can call it healing. Somatic healing is learning how to notice sensations, impulses, tension, breath, temperature, numbness, energy shifts without judging what you find. It's learning your body's language. That's what somatic understanding is. We put all this energy into learning about the mind. We learn about the things that we can get out of the body, right? Big muscles, fat lips, wavy hair, whatever. We learn all these things. We figure all this stuff out, but we don't actually know how to communicate with our bodies. That's why we have millions of people that are very young out here looking at things online and thinking that they're appropriate to do to other people or also to have done to them. Because they are not communicating with their own bodies as to what feels safe and what doesn't. They are looking at the outside and saying, tell me what safety is, rather than asking from the inside, what does safety mean to me? So it's about learning your body's language. And because your body's speaks in sensation long before your mind catches up, understanding it somatically gives you a profound edge when it comes to being able to map out patterns and eradicate behaviors and imprints that you don't appreciate showing up in your life. Let me go ahead and switch to that homestead language. Your body is the land you live on. If the soil is dry, the plants tell you. If the weather shifts, the animals tell you. If something is off, the whole system gives a signal, like a crop dying, right? Or some kind of infestation. But if you ignore the signals long enough, the system doesn't stop communicating. It's still saying the same thing. It just communicates louder. That's how the body works too. a headache, a tight jaw, a clenched stomach, a frozen chest, a racing heart. Those aren't character flaws. Those are messages. Somatic healing is learning to respond before your body has to escalate. Before that headache turns into, I gotta lay down all day and because I'll get his migraines. Before that tight jaw becomes a headache. Before the clenched stomach becomes a, I can't eat properly. Before the frozen chest becomes a slumped posture that constantly gives off an energy or a broadcast signal that says, ignore me, don't come over here, right? I'm not interested. That's what slumped shoulders do. You've seen people like that walking down the street, their heads are down, their shoulders are slumped, they're all tucked in. That's what I'm talking about. A racing heart, right? That eventually leads to all these palpitations, and then you're fainting, and then you're going to the doctor and you're asking for medication when all you needed to do was pay attention to the somatic nature of what was going on and recognize the patterns so that you could create systems to counterbalance them on your own. High achievers often struggle with somatics because high achievers work because we are trained to override ourselves, right? Like we benefit from this process by always ignoring what our body is telling us and keeping it moving. We learned push through, keep going. Don't need too much. Don't slow down. Don't feel it right now. Handle it. Push it down, push it down, push it down. Ignore it. Deal with it later. So the body becomes something you end up managing instead of something you live inside, instead of being your home and your temple and the safest place that you have on earth, right? And if you've been in survival mode for a long time, slowing down can feel so unsafe because when you slow down, you might feel what you've been carrying. Oh my God, it comes flooding back. There was a study that was done comparing, asking, would you rather receive an electric shock or sit with your own thoughts? Overwhelmingly, people chose electric shocks over sitting with their own private thoughts. So, we're going to do this gently. No forcing, no flooding, no spiritual bypassing, just listening. Because your body is not the problem. Here's the reframe. Your body is not betraying you. Let me hit you with it again. Your body is not betraying you. Your body is protecting you. Even anxiety, even shutdown, even the numbness, those are intelligent responses to what you've lived through. Somatic healing is not getting rid of symptoms. It's building a relationship with yourself where your body doesn't have to use symptoms to get your attention. Right? Do you hear me now? You should already know what causes you to feel some kind of way without having to go into that space and recognizing it. You can combat it before you even get there. So if you're new to somatic healing, here's 4 simple doors into the body. We've got the breath, we've got the sensation, we've got the impulse, and we've got the boundaries. So we're going to go through them now together. Door 1 is breath. It's not fancy, it's not perfect, it's just honest. Think about the breath, how we breathe when we're angry, how we, it's like, what's wrong with you? What is wrong? You know, all the sign. We breathe differently when we feel different things. All the emotions have a specific breath, even holding your breath. Well, that's fear now, isn't it? That's what we do. Everything has a breath component. So ask yourself, everything what I should say is all the emotions have a breath component. Everything, I guess, in the sense that we need breath for life. So ask yourself, is my breath shallow or deep? Am I holding it? Can I exhale a little longer? A longer exhale tells your nervous system we're not being chased, right? That's fear breathing as well, right? Rapid heart rate and then quick breaths, right? That's what you see everybody doing in the scary movies when they're tucked in a cupboard somewhere, hiding under a table. The heart's just beating, 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 beating. And they put their hands over their mouths because they're trying not to be like, right? They're trying not to showcase that breath, right? Everything has its components. All the emotions have their breathing components. So when we can get an understanding of breathing, we can get an understanding of emotion. When we get an understanding of emotion, we get an understanding of what causes certain emotions. When we get an understanding of what causes certain emotions, guess what we can do? Change the causal factors. Door 2 is sensation. You've got to scan your body. I scan my body every single morning when I wake up. And if I feel some kind of way throughout the day, I scan it again. Jaw, throat, chest, belly, hips, hands. Where am I tight? Where am I numb? Where do I feel warmth or heaviness? No story needed. We don't need narratives. We just need data. Your subconscious uses all that data. Every time you ask yourself a set of these questions, you automatically are giving answers, whether they're articulated through your mouth or not. When you ask your brain the question, your subconscious gives it an answer. All of that is data. All of that data is categorically being filed away in creating behaviors. So when we change the feed from the data, we change the behaviors that are articulated by the data. Your body has impulses all day. Door 3 is about the impulses. We stretch, we cry, we shake out our hands, we step back, we drink water, we go outside, we close the laptop. Somatic healing is respecting the impulse before it becomes a symptom. Ooh, hanging up on people. That's a good one. Boundaries, door 4, your body is always giving boundary data. If you feel constricted around someone, that's information. If you feel expanded around someone, oh, that's information. So you got to ask yourself, do I feel more like myself here or less? Do I feel braced for impact or do I feel open? Your body is honest. It cannot tell you lies. It simply cannot. Lies come from the conscious mind, which is the smallest part of your mind, which is why it is overworked and rapidly, no doubt, becoming more and more useless as we exercise it in a way that constantly feeds trauma drama instead of solutions that are healthier for the body and its activity. So let's do a body signal check. Is this a yes? Here's a practice I love because it's simple. When you're deciding something, ask your body, is this a yes? A yes often feels like expansion, warmth, steadiness, breath moving. A no often feels like tightness, dread, bracing, heaviness, worry, a drop in the stomach. Now, this isn't about fear versus intuition in a perfect way. It's about building a relationship with your signals. Over time, emphasis on the over time, your body becomes a compass. This, what I'm sharing with you, is not something that you do once. It's something that you do every day, all the time, until it becomes automatic. And it will. Give it a couple weeks. stick with it, your body will register the new data and you will see changes in what you recognize, as well as how you articulate your behavior based on what you recognize. So here's a 60-second practice. Listening without flooding. Try this with me. Look around the room you're in. Okay. Name quietly 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear. Now inhale. Exhale longer than the inhale. And ask your body one gentle question. What do you need from me today? Let the answer be simple. Water, food, rest, movement, a no, a text, to someone safe, 10 minutes outside, whatever. Then you're going to do one small thing to honor that. That is somatic healing. Done. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. The consistency will be the key. We cannot create the change if we do not get the data. The consistency in the activities is what gives us the data. So these somatic protocols that I'm offering, these somatic practices, are how you're going to get the data. So let's go through some real life examples of what somatic healing looks like so that you know when it's happening. This is one of the most challenging things that I find when working with clients, is that I consistently will have to recap for them in their journey, because a lot of times people do not recognize how much they have changed, because they are so used to not changing that they just automatically assume that no changing is happening, even though there's these multitude of things that are shifting. So that's why I offer the real life examples in these podcasts about what the healing actually looks like in real time, so that you can notice it and recognize that change is happening for you. So somatic healing can look like taking your shoulders down before you answer a stressful email, unclenching your jaw when you notice you're bracing. Your jaw isn't the only thing that you can unclench. Try that booty. Yes, we hold it. We hold it tight, very, very tight. When we're upset or nervous, you clench the cheeks, let the cheeks relax. Leaving a conversation when your body says this isn't safe. Eating slower. Crying without feeling like you have to explain it. Resting before you crash. Choosing softness without guilt. These are all ways that healing can look when it's in the somatic space. It's not dramatic. It's devotional. It's you returning to yourself one moment at a time, one day at a time. So, if this episode opened something up for you, if you're feeling some kind of way right now, if you're like, why is she talking to me about me? I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. If you're ready to go deeper, you can start with my alignment assessment. From there, you'll receive your customized healing blueprint, so you're not guessing what you need or trying to heal with generic advice. And if you want to talk it through with me, well, you know I'm here for you. 15-minute consultations are always available. We'll look at what your body has been trying to communicate, what your nervous system is protecting you from, and what support would actually feel aligned for you. Until next time, trust your body. It's been telling the truth the whole time. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Go with love and light.